Well, it seems like there's a couple people here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Again, feel free to jump in with any questions you might have or concerns, and we'll address it today. If we don't do it right now, I would like to remind you that we are still doing advising. So you can sign up for a one-on-one advising session with Elizabeth. She is our recruitment specialist, and she will take a half an hour to talk with you in a virtual session. So you could do video chat, you could do a regular phone call. We even have it set up where you can talk to us on Instagram because we know that's sometimes easier. So we are still here and available. We do also still have student workers on call. So if you text us on WhatsApp, which I know many of you have been doing, there is someone there who will be answering your messages. We have reduced our times a little bit. So we're starting now, our student workers are starting now at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then they're going until 5 p.m. So until we're back in the office, these will be our revised hours. But once we are back in our office, we will extend again and do that 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Because I know depending on your time zone, that evening time might be better for you. That being said, we are all working remotely. So this is my beautiful home office. So in this video, if you hear a dog or cats, it is because we are at home and I'm welcoming you here. But I just want to let you know that there may be things that happen during this video that don't seem all that professional. It's because we're at my house. This is not my regular setup. I brought my entire office home, so don't think that I am a big gamer or something. So there are three main things we're going to address in this virtual session today. We're going to talk about prospective students and fall semester applications and what we're going to do in case for some reason the COVID-19 situation has not settled down a little bit. And the last thing we will talk about is visa appointments. Because I know a lot of you do have questions about that, because that is a big deal. You can't come if you don't have a visa, right? So yeah, we'll be talking about all those things. So the first thing that I want to touch on then is, excuse me, are we still taking applications for fall? Absolutely. Please continue your applications. If you have already applied and got your acceptance, that's awesome. Continue to watch for updates on I-20 issuance. It may be slightly delayed because we are not in the office. Our document processor is working from home, which means that sometimes internet connections and getting that information from our systems can be a little bit more difficult for her. So please be a little bit patient with us, but we are still working on I-20s if you're already accepted. For those of you who have not applied yet, you're waiting, please know we are taking applications. If you need help with those applications, again, message us on WhatsApp, +1 507 200 2265. Someone will be there to help you. Sign up for a virtual session with Beth and get those applications in. I think the best thing to do is to make sure that you're accepted and ready to start, so that when things do settle down, you've already made your plans and you can just get right into it. The other great thing is we do know that with the situation right now, it could be a little bit difficult for some people financially. We know, we're all feeling that. Here in the US, I think, we're finally getting to understand that a little bit more. For that reason, every student who applies to our university until May 1st gets a free application. So, before we were still paying, your application fee if you use the promo code INTLMAV, International MAV. But at this point, you don't even have to worry about a promo code. Just put your application in. You won't even be asked to pay any fee or put a promo code in. It is 100% free at this time. We're just trying to make it easier for people so that you can continue on with your plans as much as possible and know that, things will go back to normal. We still do need all of your documentation though, so after you've filled out that e-application, be sure that you send in your documentation. We cannot process your application until everything is in. If we don't have everything, unfortunately, we just can't do anything. So make sure that you have everything in. If you have questions about those bank statements or financial affidavit, that's what our student workers are for on that WhatsApp number. So feel free to call them and ask those questions. So yeah, still taking applications, still hoping you come in fall. But yeah, the next thing is we are monitoring our situation here. We are hopeful that this summer we'll be back on campus. Again, I'm working from home. My cat may pop in here in a second. She's smelling my phone. We're working from home. We are hoping to be back on campus by the end of the semester and resuming classes as normal. Right now, the situation on campus is we've extended our spring break for 2 more weeks. So faculty and staff have more time to build those support systems that we need to continue to support our students. On March 30th, our classes will resume, but they will all be in a virtual setting. Or if there's an alternative method of teaching, students will continue on that. So that would be if students are doing clinicals in a hospital, or if they are doing an internship. If their placement for an internship is still working, they will be going to work. But all formal classroom activity will be suspended and will go online. So we are putting measures in place, getting that up for students. In the summer, we usually have online courses anyway, but we are really hopeful that in the fall, we will be welcoming you to our campus. We are preparing for new student orientation in August. We're hopeful to see all of you because we want you to be able to come and enjoy our campus. But if that is not possible because of the current situation, we will be offering online offerings for you to hopefully begin your studies in the fall, stay on track, and then hopefully come in the spring. I just got a question here. It says, I have got my I-20 already, but visa interview is being delayed due to current situation. I want to ask you, what is the deadline for interview completion for fall 2020? That is a great question. That is our next topic. So I'm going to go on to that. If anyone viewing here has more questions about what's going on in the fall, please do comment here or email us. I will be happy to talk more about that or email you later on. I do see that there's a couple people who have messaged me as well to ask me to email them. That's fine. I'll get back to you. So what's going on with visas, right? We've been hearing from a lot of students. This is so stressful. And I want you to know that we are with you in that stress. We understand that you all want to come and that you've worked really hard to get to this point, and it's so disappointing to see that your visa interviews are being canceled or delayed. Don't worry, okay? We are here to help you. The first thing, if we look at the silver lining, you have some more time to prepare for those visa interviews, right? Silver lining. You ask about the deadline for interview completion. Our fall orientation for students is going to begin on August 16th. Don't quote me on that date. I need to double check. But really, as long as you can get to campus by that new student orientation, you're fine. So if for some reason your consulate or embassy isn't open for interviews until July, if you can get your interview right away and hopefully get that visa in hand, you'll still be fine. So you can still come. So that's why earlier on I talked about getting your applications completed. It sounds like you do have your I-20. Hi, by the way, it's good to have you here. I'm glad you asked a question. That's great. For students who do not have their I-20 yet though, please get your application in, request your I-20. So as soon as interviews start again and you can book an interview, you have everything in hand. It's really hard for our document processor to send you something overnight. It is near impossible. So we do need at least 10 business days to process that I-20 and then the additional time for shipping. So get that I-20 request in. For interviews, visa interviews, if you are noticing that your consulate or embassy is closed, do not panic. Okay, that's the first thing. You can watch the updates on your closest embassy and consulate on travel.state.gov. That's where there's information about all of our consulates and embassies and what's going on. So, I will also post that link under here at the end so that you can go on and continue to monitor the situation in your home country. So again, don't panic. Just watch that site. As soon as you see that there's openings and they're taking interviews again, try and book your appointment. The sooner the better. Again, though, if you can't get an appointment until, say, maybe early August, as long as you can make it to new student orientation, that is fine. All right. So, Katerina, you're asking, what will happen when in August nobody is allowed to fly to America? Well, we're going to cross our fingers, right? And hope that that is not the case. I think right now we do have some border closings, unfortunately, with Europe. We've just closed our border with Canada due to a mutual agreement with Canada. But it's really upsetting and it's really hard for everyone, I know. So we're going to stay positive and we're going to hope that in August travel is back to normal as long as people are safe and keep good hygiene practices. If for some reason people are not able to come to Minnesota, whether it be because of border closings or, financial restrictions, maybe like sudden financial restrictions, please work with us. Let us know. We are always available. We can talk to you on the phone. We can set up virtual advising. But if it is something where nobody is able to come, it is still a situation like it is today. Our university is preparing alternative methods. We are hoping for students who do want to come for their entire degree that we'll be able to offer some online courses for you to take so that you can start your education and stay somewhat on track. And then hopefully in the spring you would be able to join us. We're also hopeful that if you are able to take online courses while in your home country in fall, when you do eventually get to go for your visa interview, you can show that you've been working diligently towards your degree already and that it would be in your best interest to continue on campus. So we are continuing to monitor that situation. Again, it's stressful for us. We know it's very stressful for you. Our biggest thing right now is to try and keep you informed. So we will continue to have these open virtual sessions every 2 weeks for you. Either me or one of my coworkers will be doing this and giving updates. And I apologize if we are spamming you with emails about the situation and what's happening on campus. I know tons of emails can be annoying, but we really just want you to understand what's going on and what we're doing to help you. We don't want you to feel like you're kind of stuck in doing this on your own. So Shreyesh, you're asking, what if there's no visa interview even after August? Yeah. So fingers crossed, again, that's not going to happen. But if it does, We will be sending out information about if you could possibly enroll online, so that you could start your education online. Maybe do some of your general education requirements that way, so that when you do eventually get to campus, you could do more of your course-specific courses. So please stay tuned. Again, I'm sorry if we send too many emails. We really just try to send the ones that are going to keep you in the know and make sure that you don't feel like you're in the dark. So right now, we're hopeful that we can start in August. If not, don't panic. We will help you get into online courses if that is an option. If you've been accepted for fall semester, we can request that your application be deferred until spring. So that would mean that you would start in spring. You would get a new I-20 that indicates a program start date in spring. And then you could hopefully visa interviews will start and you can go then to get your visa and come in spring. So yeah, right now that's really all I can say. We're hopeful that that works out, right? So yeah, I'm just checking if there's any other questions that have come in. So, is there any other questions that people who are tuned in have about what our campus is maybe doing, or other things that we're trying to make sure we're doing to keep our students and staff safe? I can wait just a minute here and see. It is pretty cool working from home, though, I will say. I don't have any windows in my office at work, and here I do, so it's pretty nice. But it's sad. I mean, it's sad for us too, because we love working with our coworkers. We're all so dedicated to your success that it's weird being at home and not having that constant camaraderie with our colleagues, and also seeing students on campus. We love seeing students. They do so many awesome things, and we like to celebrate with them. So it's hard for us to not be able to do that with our students right now in person. Okay, Katerina, you have a question. You finished your application and emailed the course letter. So what should you do now? As far as I know, I need a form from MNSU to apply for a visa. Is that correct? Yes. So for students who are coming as degree-seeking students, that is when you would request your I-20. If you're coming as an exchange student, that is when you would request your DS 2019. If you're not sure of the difference, please send me a private message afterwards and we can talk about that. I'm happy to walk you through. 99% of our students are coming as degree seeking, so that is when you would need an I-20. On your acceptance email, you should have received a link that sends you to the I-20 request and would get that started for you. If you're an exchange student, you would be in contact with Dan Schwartz, and you would line up with him to get your DS 2019 sent to you. We do send I-20s and DS 2019s for free. We send them for you. But because we do that and we spend a lot of money on that, we want you to make sure that you go in, double check your address, double check that your majors are correct and everything. We are not just going to send them when you're accepted. You do have to request them because we want to make sure that they're as accurate as possible. So, did that answer your question, Katerina? Maybe you could just give me like a thumbs up if it did. All right. Well, it seems like we've maybe covered everything we know right now. Again, we will be sending emails out, so please keep checking your email. We are still taking applications for fall. If you're accepted and for some reason we are not allowing students to come in to the US or you can't get a visa, we can defer your application to spring. We will send out instructions on how to do so if that's something that we need to do. So one more quick question here. I see from Melina. Do you know if Mr. Schwartz, sorry, I never say his last name, so it's weird to say. Do you know if Mr. Schwartz is going to contact us, or should I email him? I do believe that he is going to send information to you. I know in our transition this week to a home office, some things have been delayed, so feel free to reach out to him, but otherwise I'm sure he'll be emailing you all soon. BJ, thank you. Please also stay safe. We want you all to stay safe and healthy, but know that we're still here and ready to support you if you need anything. So on that note, I think I am going to sign off now. If you have any remaining questions, please email us, international@mnsu.edu. You could also call. My phone number at the office is +1 507 389 1224. It gets forwarded to my phone here at home. Otherwise, WhatsApp is a great way as well. So again, WhatsApp us at +1 507 200 2265, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. But again, we're working from home, but we're still here to support you, and we really hope that we can see you all on campus next year. Hope to hear from you soon.